Hello, my friend. Today I want to tell you a story, a real story, a story about pain and about hope, a story about a boy with nothing, no money, no home, only a dream. This boy later made the world laugh, but first he had to cry, he had to struggle, he had to believe. This is the story of Jim Carrey. Let's begin. Jim Carrey was born in Canada in 1962. He was the youngest of 4 children. His family was not rich, but they were full of love. Jim's father, Percy, played the saxophone. He loved music and comedy. Jim loved to watch his father laugh, and he loved to make people laugh too. As a child, Jim was funny. He made silly faces. He told jokes in class. He was full of energy. He dreamed of becoming a comedian, a man who could make the world laugh. But when Jim was 12 years old, his life changed. His father lost his job. The family lost their home. They had no place to go. They moved into a van. Yes, a van. The whole family lived inside it. There was no bathroom, no kitchen, no warm bed. Every night they parked the van and tried to sleep. It was cold. It was small. It was hard. Jim was only a teenager, but he saw how hard his parents worked. He knew they were trying, and he wanted to help. So Jim got a job. He worked as a janitor. He cleaned buildings after school. He worked hard. He was tired, but he never stopped dreaming. Jim still wanted to be a comedian. At night, he would look at the stars, and he would whisper to himself, "One day, people will know my name." He started doing comedy shows. He was only 15. He performed in small clubs. Some people laughed, some people didn't, but he kept going. He failed many times. He felt sad. He cried, but he got up again. Every time. He practiced in front of a mirror. He watched old comedy shows. He learned every joke. He studied every laugh. He believed in himself, even when no one else did. One day, Jim did something special. He wrote himself a check. Yes, a check. It said $10 million for acting services. He had no money, but he wrote it anyway. He put the date, 1995. He folded the check and put it in his wallet. He looked at it every day. He said, "One day, I will earn this." People laughed at him, but he didn't care. He believed. Then something amazing happened. Jim got his first big movie, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. People loved it. He made them laugh. The world started to notice him. Then came more movies. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar. And guess what? In 1995, the same year on the check, Jim Carrey was paid $10 million for the movie Dumb and Dumber. The check became real. His dream became true. The boy who once lived in a van was now a star. Jim Carrey's life teaches us something powerful. Dreams are not easy. Life is not always fair. Sometimes we are cold, we are poor, we feel invisible. But if we believe, if we work hard, if we never give up, things can change. Even if no one sees your dream, you must see it. Even if no one believes in you, you must believe. That's what Jim did. And look where he is now. Thank you for listening to this story in English. Every word, every sentence helps you grow. And today, you didn't just learn English. You learned something powerful about life. Jim Carrey's journey reminds us that no dream is too big and no beginning is too small. He had nothing, but he believed, and that belief changed his life. Now it's your turn. Keep learning, keep dreaming, keep believing, because your story matters too. Now, can you answer these questions? Take a moment to think and write your answers in the comments. And before we finish, here's something special. Did you know that Jim Carrey once wrote a letter to himself before he became famous? In the letter he said, "I will be a great actor. I will make people happy. I will help the world with laughter. He kept that letter in his pocket. He read it every day, even when he had nothing, even when no one believed in him. Years later, his dream came true. And today, Jim says, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. So, what do you love? What is your dream? Write it down, say it out loud, and never forget it. Because dreams come true when you believe. Questions. Where was Jim Carrey born? What did his family live in after losing their home? What job did Jim have as a teenager? What did Jim write to himself before becoming famous? What can you learn from Jim's life?